Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTrack's broadcast as we are coming to you live here at Chicagoland Speedway. Guys are getting ready to go out onto the track here for their warm-up. Already had a good qualifying time. We were able to just miss the end of it there as we see Hen Bordeaux out there in the Baskin-Robbins number 26 machine here for the Track and Turf Series as we get ready to kick off the Brad's Internet 150 here tonight. And Stella really gonna weigh our options back and forth here. When we see a track like this, you know, what differentiates Chicagoland, which unfortunately is a shut-down track, that this mile and a half is a little different than anybody else?
Well, this mile and a half is a D-shaped oval. It's got a nice set of turns at 18 degrees, and they chose to go ahead and keep the front stretch at a nice high 11. So there's not that much of a slowdown.
All right, and we're talking 11 degrees out there on the turns?
Yes. Well, no, on the front stretch. 18
Okay.
on the turns.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for, is that 18 degrees out there on the turns. All right, well, let's go ahead and see if we can see what is happening out there on the track. And waiting to see if a couple different things can get going here. I'm waiting to see how everybody else is doing, if I can get them out there on the track. Hopefully they do appear here, and hopefully, whoop, got a little blinking out of Patrick Thompson now. Let's see if we check in on Austin Spencer. I see the number 13 out there rolling around. He doesn't seem to be doing too bad at all.
I was wondering why our chat wasn't lit up, but now I see Jay Tway is out there on the track tonight.
Yes. Yep. Jay is going to be out there racing in the 88. There he is. And the lovable critter machine.
Here's what that says. Excellent.
Yep. A little different, but nonetheless, should be looking pretty good here. Now I'm waiting to see what else is going on out there on the track. A couple of guys are trying a couple different things, though. And wait to see how this hops around out there. Let's see. Got a little bit of a hiccup here, Stella, and we're trying to get SDK to kind of wake up here.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, it says we've already got an issue out there. We'll see how this holds up.
Yeah, well, I was taking a look at the past seasons. This has been a track that is pretty consistent for this league. They've done it in season 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our previous winners were Jake Oakley, Jeff Dixon, Darren Ingram, and Steve Merzlak. I'm hoping to see some of those guys out on the track tonight.
Yeah, you and me both.
Looks like Steven Merzlak just is up there in P1.
Yep.
Excellent.
Let's see what we got going on here. Sorry about that. I had to have somebody boot this system up here just a little bit, and I think we're just making past our hiccup here. There we go.
Yay.
Yep, sorry about that. We kind of had a double load there, and that's why things aren't quite sitting the way they should be. All right, so that'll just give you toward the warm-up and the amount of time that we do have left. About another 3.5 minutes here. We'll be underway. Stella, do we have a race control here tonight? Scott Fleener?
He has not introduced himself, but I did see Scott Fleener is in the race channel this evening.
All right. Hey, check out who's in the chat. Mama Goose.
Oh, I was thinking, look, your wife.
Yeah, I was going to say, even Mama Goose was out there getting everything going. I will ask you to go up and check on Scott Fleener here in just a second and double check and see if he is our race control. I do want to make sure, well, we give him a shout out if he is. And hopefully we do see something of that flavor out there. Would like to see race control. I would say that there would hopefully be that in the case. But let's take a look at some of our other drivers. I would assume not, seeing that the 49 machine Toyota of Scott Fleener is out there on the track. Yeah, so I would definitely assume that is not the case. that he is actually out there just checking in and see some of your other broadcasts. Appreciate you, Mama Goose, out there supporting us out there in the chat and bringing us another view out there, especially since we are here with the USORL series. Bandit Racing League, normally see Mama Goose in, will actually be re-kicking off back on September 25th with their trifecta of cars that they are just, I think, still squaring off the schedule. I realized the schedule had been released, but Stella, we have got a boatload of drivers out here tonight. I'm hoping to see how well some of them do out there and how some of them are going to hold out. So, Chicagoland, you're going to see some of these guys are going to be cutting below the white line there to help slice down, cut a little bit of the track, and get some fast time out there to try to I would say make it more of a right angle instead of riding up toward the top. And I would question if that's going to work, as you can already see. Wow, that is the only trouble that we do see when guys are cutting the track out there, as apparently some of these guys are not enjoying their vehicles. They're going to go ahead and head to some of the backup cars out there. Stella, it does look like
I think
I'm a little beside myself here right now. Andrew Hennessy, our last week's winner, gets involved in this, and it's a little
I think everyone just wants to use their backup car.
Yeah,
That's all.
Well, it must be nice. There's one thing good about iRacing. It doesn't
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was watching whoever that was just took a header right into their pit stall.
Yep, so let's go ahead and take a look at our race here tonight at Chicagoland. 100 laps, 3 sets of tires down in the pits, and of course, no fast repairs. Stella, well, how much fuel are we looking at?
60% tonight.
All right, 60%. So these guys may be pitting every 25 to 30 laps or so. So that's going to be pretty tight. If they are able to squeeze out 35 maybe, depending on the draft. If somebody gets hung out to dry, it's going to be pretty rough out there. But we may be able to see that as an opportunity for some different pit strategies out there. All right, I am joining you as your lead producer tonight. Commentator is Stella, and a fantastic 94 degrees out there on the track here for the USORL League. We are getting ready to grid up here in just a moment as everybody's bringing it back down into the pits to get ready. And hopefully we'll have a new driver and a new winner here during the playoffs when we come back right here to Winner's Circle. Hopefully Eric Sable, I think he may show up, as the combined between Sable and Hennessy is now up to 11, I believe.
That is correct.
All right, so 11 wins by 2 drivers. That is, man, I give it to the rest of the guys for coming out here and showing up and giving it a race. But, man, it almost makes the joke that, it always seems like the same 2 rednecks out here winning each and every week. But, it is happening, though.
Thank you, George Carlin.
All right, there's Barney getting ready with the green flag there in his hand. That's him giving me the hint to go ahead and get to our starting grid here for tonight, which I'm hoping is going to be an excellent race. Definitely not full of cautions or what we just saw during the warm-up. So let's go ahead and check out and see how our starting grid is going to look with Andrew Hennessy and Eric Sable. Well, no surprise there. 1 and 2. Justin Krasinski starts in 3rd, and Darren Ingram is 4th. Scott Fleener and Garrett Sidnor will be starting row number 3. Row number 4 figures out there with William Page in the number 42 and Davey Hazard in the in the 42 and Davey Hazard in the 2. He'll be starting 8th. Austin Hakes 9th. Rounding out our top 10 will be Cam Barnes. Luke Smith 11th. Did not decide to do anything during the warm-up. He sat in the pits, maybe making a couple adjustments, talking to the crew chief and figuring out what he's going to do to make sure he gets past Michael Marotta, who will be starting in the 12th position. Rotating back to the next clutch of cars where Steven Merzlak and Blake Viken out there will be starting in row number 7. Row number 8, John Peterson. Boy, I'd like to see this guy get a solid finish here in that 43 machine. He's been nothing but getting collected up in a bunch of wrecks out there. He's going to be looking to charge back forward with Condorian Davis to his outside. Brandon Newby will be starting 17th next to Wang Do, which is in 18th. I said that right, Stella?
Yeah.
All right, Austin Spencer 19th, and Henrietta Bordeaux will be starting 20th. Following back from that, we start with Jay Tway out there in the number 21 position. 21th position. I wonder how you say that 10 times fast. Noah Joyce starting 22nd, Daryl Harris 23rd, and Zach Krastowski way back here in the back. Very unusual to see his vehicle sitting back here. Dewey Schramm 25th, Patrick Thompson 26th, and it looks like Tristan Acevedo will be sitting in 27th in our final spot. Let's go ahead and get this one under green here. Barney, let her rip.
Wow, we've already got some shifting from the outside lane to the inside lane. And we're 3 wide there with Henrietta. Ooh, on the outside. Very nice. But everybody's keeping control. We've made it about a half a lap so far, and we are not under caution.
No.
Life is good.
We are getting side by side, almost 3 wide in some of these turns out there. It looks like the battle for the lead does come to a calm down spot, as Darren Ingram having a little bit of trouble flashing out there. Scott Fleener, Garrett Sidnor, and I believe we should be under caution here, and I think Jay Tway's involved.
Yes. Oh, and the number 66.
Yeah, haven't completed their first lap yet. Coming out of 3 and 4 there. Definitely they got collected up. Remember, there are no fast repairs here, so hopefully we're going to see Jay be able to continue. And I don't know, that steering wheel's looking kind of cocked here to the side.
I was going to say, the outside looks no worse for the wear.
Yeah, I don't know if he's having more trouble out there. Jay may be, we may find him in the infield car care center soon, as I don't know how that's going to fare for Jay. And we'll see if the 66 got into him or what happened. Let's take a look. Oh, Jay got loose. Into the wall here. I think he tries to get off the racing surface and collects the 66.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you see Jay trying to lock it down there. He doesn't want to collect anybody else in that mix-up.
Definitely left a set of railroad tracks behind him on the pavement.
Let's take a look. See how he's slipping there to the side. You already see the left side tire's already giving it some trouble. Right side gets into the wall, but oddly enough, it looks like he doesn't even make contact with the 66 here. We'll take another slow-mo look. Yep. Didn't even touch. But it almost looked like it showed the 4 making contact with him as well. So, I believe the 66 machine of Patrick Thompson out there blinks out right after this. Right there. So
yeah,
that would be my only concern is if... What's that?
At least it's not a tow. He didn't blink out because of a tow.
No. What I was getting at is that may have been if he was having a connection issue. At the end of the wreck, it may have been having trouble finding him during the race.
Oh.
So that may have been why it net-coded him into the infield. All right, a couple guys sliding up and down here. Noah Joyce picks up 4 positions. And Tristan out there in the 48 Ford, he's moved up 6. Yeah, right now I'm sure Jay did not want to be sitting down there in the pits so early into this race. Definitely things happen. Trucks double wide again here. And something you'll notice out there with the trucks is they definitely try to slip and slide away really quick. Especially on a track like this, you do have to wait for the tires to warm up. I would say Hennessy or Eric Sable know that. But it's very difficult to see them kind of booted off there, right there with a caution immediately after turn number 4. So hopefully Jay will be able to recover and get back to it. I knew it was a heck of a shot to the wall there, Stella, so I know that right front has collected a bunch of damage. And he's going to be seeing if he can file back and get going. All right, guys, if you are also considering sponsoring, bringing your business out here so other people can see and root your business on and make it known, don't forget, there is a way you can sponsor. You can get a hold of Davey Hazard here with the USORL League and promote your business here on the racetrack. All right, let's get back underway as Brad's Internet 150. Away we go. Andrew Hennessy, great start here. Eric Sable looking to get a little higher on the track. Maybe get a quick little slice to the inside to get a little more speed, and he does. Sable's going to be able to hold out, though, but ever so close he gets here to the 94. He's only got a by a fender heading into turn number 3. Now he's in front by a fender. Not bad as Eric Sable collects the lead here from Andrew Hennessy. Hennessy staying high, trying to stay away from the wall down to the bottom, and they are slicing the track off. That lap's going to go to Eric Sable.
Wow, they really are using every inch of this track.
Yeah, Sable trying to hold on there. It looks like he is losing a little bit of ground. We get inside the number 23 Ford. There he is. As you see, he's fighting this truck around. He is fighting that thing all over the track. As you notice, he wasn't able to rotate up the track as high, so he's definitely hanging and banging out there, trying to hang into the rest of the field. Let's check back in here on the Austin Hakes area. Right now, Hakes is just trying to stay off the wall. Wow. Yeah, the number 28 Toyota. You see him following behind the 34 Garrett Sidnor. Sidnor actually working backwards, though, has only lost a place here so far during this race. The one who's lost the most out there does go to John Peterson, who drops down to 23rd. He's lost 8 here so far. And if I'm not mistaken, Jay was actually able to leave the pits, but I don't think his truck is in good enough shape to continue racing. So he's going to sit back in the pack and let these guys go around and try to work it out here a little bit later on.
Yeah, I think he came out but had to go right back in. He's down there about 30 seconds now, still working on it.
Yep. I don't blame him. Just go ahead and fix the truck. Maybe a slew of cautions will help get him back onto the lead lap. Stella Weir still sitting 3 wide. Whoa, some contact out there already. Looks like Steven Merzlak may be promoting a little bit of damage out there. We saw him already heading to the backup car after the warm-up, and I don't think that number 9 Exide machine can afford to go back to the trailer.
Yeah, I was watching the Napa machine getting a little bit of extra paint there, too, of the number 62 of Michael Marotta.
Yep. Right now, Luke Smith, he's up to 12th now. He has been falling back, but starting to work his way back forward. His Chevrolet is having a heck of a time here tonight. Sable still leading this race. Hennessy is second, and Scott Fleener kind of occupies the 3rd position, followed by a few more Toyotas of Justin Krasinski and Darren Ingram to round out our top 5. Finally getting some green flag laps, though, as this one continues going. I'm sure Jay would like to see another quick caution. That way these guys start putting around the track at about 1:06 instead of rolling through here at 31 seconds.
Yeah, I bet. I wouldn't mind seeing inside Eric Sable's car one more time. It was amazing how hard he was fighting that vehicle and that steering wheel. Just to, it looks so nice and smooth from out here, but I mean, there was an arm wrestling match going on inside.
You can also hear with the throttle, he's hardly letting off, so he is to the floor here, staying out in front of Hennessy as much as he can. As we take a look back there from Eric Sable's machine.
Which isn't by much. I mean, he's a quarter of a second is not, yeah, very, very tight.
Yeah. Not bad, though, here by Eric Sable. Still keeping the roll on, checking back in on Austin Hakes again. Hakes right now just hanging in on the inside line this time. Trying to find a little fresh air through all this traffic is just about impossible. I would say the most dangerous spot on this track is going to be up close to the wall. Guys dropping down like you see how Austin Hakes is, which he unfortunately loses positions out there to Blake Viken. Viken right now having some trouble. Right now in that 51 Toyota as they zing around the turn here, exiting 2. Notice how everybody else is bobbing around for a decent amount. Let's check in on Noah Joyce in the 31 Chevrolet. The Celsius machine getting ready to meet the X-Side. Good job there by Steven Merzlak. A little bit of almost seemed like wreck avoidance there. Let's check in on our leader as I think Andrew Hennessy has made a slicing move. Sable may have the upper hand here, though. He's going to have some turn exit speed. And Hennessy back behind him. Quick little check there. Unable to complete that pass as Eric Sable hangs up higher on the track. And definitely might have the winning strategy here, I would say. Dropping down toward that paint might be suicide out there. Don't think there's going to be enough as Hennessy goes ahead and adjusts the landscape a little bit there on the bottom. Down toward the bottom, slicing back up. Get off that camera. That is terrible. I want to see the race. Let's keep it going here. Stella, right now. Chicagoland has been shut down because they say it's all like the same, but now I believe this place is actually used as a parking lot for Fords. Since COVID, is it still the same?
In and out. I see a lot of unusual history information, but yeah, it's nothing but a parking lot, I guess. But it's they've been trying to come up with other items to use it for, but there's not really much going in its favor. I think they will definitely find a new use for it.
Yeah. Now, right there, that's Andrew Hennessy making contact with the wall. That's going to give Scott Fleener the opening here. Fleener in the 49. Going to look to the outside. I believe he is in a USPS machine. Quick slice underneath. His Toyota gaining some ground here. Might just have him, but not quite. Getting close as we ride shotgun here with Scott Fleener. Look, that's hardly we can see anything from there. Slice back in front. All right, so it looks like 1, 2, 3 is finally giving it a break. As we rotate back here just a little bit, I do want to take a peek here at Cam Barnes. I think Cam Barnes has got his work cut out for him as Davey Hazard fights to the inside. 42 machine of William Page might give him a little help here that he desperately needs. Oh, man, Davey Hazard. Davey Hazard ricocheting off the side of Cam Barnes here. Guess he was letting him know he's down on that bottom line, not letting them slice below that white line. They're going to stay up onto the racing surface unlike our leaders. Say, Stella, notice how we are side by side out there. Right now, the number 7 of Cam Barnes is leading. As Davey Hazard right now trying to hold on to 8th, but he's going to lose it here to Steven Merzlak. Merzlak on the high side. Number 2 of Davey Hazard on the bottom. Battle behind is going to Michael Marotta and William Page. And then another battle which seems to have come to a close was between Austin Hicks and Luke Smith in the Mountain Dew machine. Right now, they're still battling out there, doing a great job trying to figure out where that's going to end up. Looks like William Page is now getting marched out. 42 Ford now starting to feel those tires breaking in here as we get through the completion of lap number 20. And the USORL League is having a heck of a job here, and they're not doing an awesome job.
What? They're not doing an awesome job? Or they are?
Yeah, they're doing an awesome job here so far.
Okay, that sounds better. So, yeah, our same two are still up front, but it's nice to see a few other names. Let's take a look at our playoff players for tonight. We've had a couple move around in the lower bracket of the 12 that are competing this evening. Would you like me to read them off?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we, of course, have Andrew Hennessy and Eric Sable sitting 1 and 2. Garrett Sidnor is still in 3rd. He has maintained that. Luke Smith and Austin Hakes are in 4th and 5th. Darren Ingram is up to 6th with Steven Merzlak 7th. Cam Barnes is the last on the is in the 8th position, so he is the last one that will be moving on depending on tonight's and next week's results. So your gentlemen that are in danger are Kendorian Davis, although he's moved up 4, Blake Veakin, Michael Marotta, and Noah Joyce. So those fellas are going to need to get a nice high finish this evening to ensure they're moving on next week and the week after.
Now we'll keep that in mind of how some of our guys are out there, and where they're going to be battling out there on the track as we continue to make adjustments for the playoffs out there. And we're going to kind of watch how that 42 there of Page is doing. I don't know how he's doing or why he's kind of rolling back here. That's unfortunately 5 positions lost here on the night, as it looks like Austin Hakes makes a little block here, win the 28 machine, and not able to do it. And being able to slice back to the front.
Yeah, well, Hakes is one of those ones, in the playoffs, he's going to want to cement his place. William Page is not.
Take a look. Right now, Page has actually been falling off here lately. William Page has had one quick lap out there of a 30.97. Currently running a 32.43. So that's pretty
Nice.
pretty on point with everybody else. Seeing our leaders doing a 30.85 and the last lap with a 32.29. So fall off starting to really set in here. Remember, only 3 sets of tires, so they have broken past the quarter mark. May have to go in a little earlier, as we see some of them are coming down. Sidnor, Viken, and Joyce.
Vegan.
I'm gonna mess that up. It was like Sidnor.
Yeah, it's all right.
So everybody coming down, noticing that the times are not matching what they need to be, and the fall off is actually setting in earlier than expected. But it could definitely be sliced a few different ways here if we come in on 25, 50, and 75 and then race it out to the end. Some guys may be trying to stretch this out just a little bit, so they got a little extra tire life left toward the end of the race. A couple of these guys pitting, that does move a bunch of our drivers up. Steven Merzlak now gaining 7, and he's hanging out in 6th. We'll see how these guys will fare. All right, Stella, so we have 12 drivers out there in the current playoffs?
That is correct.
Okay, and we're talking all our guys. The only one who's really locked in is Andrew Hennessy?
That's correct, too.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
Yep, well, I'm getting it. I'm a getting her. We'll kind of keep playing it by ear here and seeing how in the world they're going to how they're going to really fare with this. I would say it's going to be pretty tough seeing the upcoming schedule. Stella, where we're heading next could be the make or break of some of these guys' playoff hopes. And even if they make it to the next round, it is going to require them to have a good finish in the next section.
Yeah, Ven out there is saying Joe Davis, he just gained 3 spots in like 2 laps. That would be a producer issue. Yeah, next week is Talladega. So we always hear about Talladega. Anyone could win. We hear that you can all of a sudden be taken out in the big one, and you're doing so well. So I think tonight would be a better chance of doing well and cementing in your position versus hoping for next week. Just my 2 cents.
All right, we'll see what we can do out there.
Kendorian.
Yeah. Well, I knew Kendorian Davis did come down and pit on lap 28 out there. So I'm expecting the 18 to kind of keep moving here, but unfortunately we do have guys that still do need to pit. Guys who came in on pit was Steven Merzlak and Austin Spencer. Merzlak actually working his way down pit now.
Yeah, that should be the end. That should be everybody now. When Merzlak and Spencer came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, definitely with the new tires, I would say Kendorian Davis picking up a bunch of spots. Yes, that's working out well now. I don't know with the fresh tires if he's passing slower cars, number one, or if we're now racing harder than the tires should be, at this point. He's got to really think longevity right now, unfortunately. He's got to think he needs to stop again around about lap 55 to 60. As the next time we'll probably see these guys come into pit, but Stella, remember, at the beginning of this race, we had 3 caution laps right at the beginning. So I don't know if they'll be able to go farther unless we end up back under caution.
Okay. Yeah, because that would mean maybe this time they got 33 laps. So, woo!
Yeah, that's Jay.
Yay! Okay, Jay, you're kind of you look like the like the guy in the fast lane, and everybody's zipping around you because you're only doing 45.
Yeah. Well, he still has a chance to race out there. I think he just got caught in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out where Austin Hakes is out there right now for the points. Not doing too bad as he sits currently 4th.
Yeah.
A couple things adjusted here. Well, Stella, talk about Kendorian Davis here. Take a look at him working here on the inside line with the 91 lining up right behind him.
Yeah, he's I've been watching him as far as getting it done, as they say. I'm curious. He moved up, I believe, 4 spots on the playoff list. He was right on the cut at 12 last week, and here he is 9th this week. So that's one heck of a jump. He had a very nice finish. Let's see, he was. Yeah, he did end up disconnecting last week. Let's if I got the right. Yep, that's the Indianapolis Raceway Park. But I guess everybody else also had a rough going there. But it's nice to see him being just under the line. If he finishes well tonight, he may move up that much again.
Alrighty. Well, we continue the charge here with all our drivers out there.
All right. So let's see how someone else is doing up here. We could use, well, let's see. Scott Fleener has put down the best lap of the night, which is very cool, at a 30.725. Only another couple drivers have actually put down 30s now, but Scott Fleener, for some reason, is down 12 places from where he started. So it looks like he has the speed, but he just needs to wind his way back up to the front again. But as far as winding their way up to the front, take a look at Noah Joyce. He is up currently 13 spots from where he started, number 31. That's pretty impressive. Now, Luke Smith and William Page just took over his spot there. He was up 15 spaces. But currently tonight, he is still the hard charger. So let's root him on. I think that Celsius machine, grab another can and let's keep rolling. Ah, there. We have what their let's see, that's their best times of tonight up on the tower. And it looks like Sable and Hennessy up front are still battling so close. This is one of those where if somebody sneezes, everything changes.
Yeah, I would say probably a few mistakes if they are made. It's going to be almost impossible for them to be able to come back and do anything about it. We saw a little fumble up there by Hennessy, and that ended up dropping him down a position. Fortunately, he has been able to return to continue the fight. But it's, I don't know. I'm wondering, is this one we're going to see an Eric Sable win? And then we'll have these two guys once again tied at 6 apiece for wins here on the season.
Yeah, good possibility. I mean, Andrew Hennessy at this point is racing for, I don't know, pride. He's already moving on to the next. There we go. It's like some lap traffic on the outside. No lap traffic on the inside. Whee! We're getting a bit of a gauntlet going here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty sketchy out there as guys are running out of room to figure out where they're going to go and try to see if they can blast through here. I would say, fortunately, no one's getting caught up. Bringing out another caution, though, but that does help slow down our leader of Eric Sable. Hennessy just reels him in just a hair closer, though, and still trying to see where that soft spot is so he can pass him. But Stella, notice how Hennessy isn't making the pass just yet. He is sitting behind the 23 machine. There's some turn exit speed. Little bit of a move there. There's the fumble. Wow. Eric Sable here to the outside. And Andrew Hennessy currently has the lead by only the bumper of the truck. Sliding into turn number 1 here as they get going. Half the truck now passed. He's rotating up. Here comes the fade up. Eric Sable with the turn exit speed. He's now in front by half a truck as they get ready to line up for turn number 3.
Yeah, that was pretty scary. I thought Sable was going to push him down right into the grass. But they both managed to maintain their lines, and the lines of their truck are doing well, too. Mind you, this is a 55-foot wide track on the turns and everything, so that's plenty of room, especially when you can see that they're able to use that 27-foot apron also. They get mighty close for having that much room available to them.
Yes. Yeah, and it's going to be pretty tight there. They really need to watch out really where they leave themselves out there, as this is going to be very, very difficult how they're going to shoot their way through and up back to the front if these two guys are able to pass each other. Now, they are catching up to Hen Bordeaux, who is not the only driver who is a lap down. Zach Krastowski, Austin Spencer, Garrett Sidnor, and Jay Tway. All these guys are a good handful of laps down. Jay, that being, that is, and Patrick Thompson. He is actually coming his way out of pit now, 6 minutes and 23 seconds. So Jay continuing to race does put him up to 26, but our battle for the lead is now going to... Yes, it's going to continue. Eric Sable holding the middle line here as we get caught up with Hen Bordeaux, and that is not going to be good. We are 3 wide, 2 leaders in the front, and right now that is the 22nd place driver now getting put into the rear, and it looks like Eric Sable not interested at all of falling out here. Andrew Hennessy hanging on. And right now, these two are side by side here during this race. Not bad here as they dive back into turn number 1. Sable, Hennessy out front, still charging on through. And they roll on out. Not bad here. Stella, right now, that is a fantastic job by Eric Sable to fend off Andrew Hennessy, who really kept the charge on.
Yes, and poor Jay. I guess he saw Andrew Hennessy come and said, "I'll go high," but went so high he popped into the wall. So we need to we need to put a safer barrier up for him.
Yeah, which is rather unfortunate. All right, Stella, go ahead and talk us through our colors out there on the tower that we got fixed.
Oh no! Well, I know red, you're in danger. So that must be our 9th through 12th person. Let's see, our blue would be Mr. Hennessy. So that means that blue is a win and you're in. That person is locked in. So that leaves us the green and the yellow. And
Yellow is not in the chase. Green, we are still
green.
into the playoffs and above the
All
cut
right.
line.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, not a problem. As right now, it does look like Hennessy had the lead there for a moment. Eric Sable fights back and gets it again. Showing some trouble out there on the track back on lap 35 for Patrick Thompson. Looks like some other issues have been going on. Let's take a look and see what his issue's been here tonight. Oh, man, he's got some damage to the left front. Yeah, and this is where we saw some of that tire smoke that we were seeing before. Let's get back to our battle for the lead here, as it looks like Andrew Hennessy to the outside. Eric Sable's going to wave him by this time.
Yeah, maybe they're just saying, your turn. We just had a couple fellas come down pit road also. Kind of curious if they're working on an off-cycle pit or whether they're just the first ones to start the whole stream.
Now Blake Beacon out there in the number $51 General Machine. It's right now sitting 23rd in his Toyota. And another driver, Michael Marotta, he came in his Chevrolet. Right now, Zach Krastowski's coming on down.
Okay.
And the Woe Air truck. Oh, did he miss the box? Yep. Oh, no. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Ingram, Ace Vito working his way on down. Condorian Davis is now up to 9th. That gives him 7 here on the night. We take a look back, as it looks like Darrell Harris wants a little piece of him here. Canadian in the 91 Chevrolet has gained 13 here on the night. So far, a lot of guys have been shifting their way back to the front here of the field.
Yeah, that includes Guangdong. Whee! I take it that was lap traffic on the apron?
Yep. Well, that's actually guys actually working their way back out of pit. So as soon as those fresh tires get back out there, they're going to be really rolling. Drivers like Condorian Davis has picked up, well, I said he picked up 7, but right now I think he's going to get his 8th as he slings past Davey Hazard, who's now working down pit. But his last lap time with a 32.44. Fastest time was a 31.1 out there. So we'll see if the Monster Energy Drake 18 Toyota decides to come down, as our leaders have not. They are staying out. Krasinski coming down. All right, that's going to move Merzlak up as Luke Smith. Guangdong decides to stay out there, and I believe that is an unsponsored machine. All right, well, Fords have plenty of room, definitely on the hood, quarter panel, and the back. So, guys, if you're considering sponsoring, you can do it now as well.
Yeah, you can go to usorl.weebly.com, and that's where they currently reside out there on the web. Gives you all your contact information, the series that they have, rule books, lots of FAQs.
All right. Our leader working his way on down, Eric Sable. Andrew Hennessy now takes over. He's going to lead the charge here for a little while. Last time Andrew Hennessy pit was back on lap 30. The only driver out there on the track who's been out there longer is actually Darrell Harris and Scott Fleener. Both came in on lap 29.
And William Page.
Yep, trying to stretch it out as far as they can. I don't blame them at all.
And there goes William.
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't calling William Page out. I saw he was going about 30 miles an hour slower.
Oh, no!
And the 91 machine almost misses the mark.
I think he went over the cone.
Well, hopefully that is not the case.
Oh.
Because if Darrell Harris did hit that cone, he may be back to the drawing board here.
Oh. Will he have to do like a drive-through?
Yep, or or he'll have a hold here. Let's take a look and see if he hits. Andrew Hennessy working his way down pit. Yep.
Big 10-4.
Yep, I think he's going to have a longer time in the pit box. We'll see. 16:05. It does not look like they call it, though.
No. Interesting.
Yep. If I were him, I'll go ahead and take it. As long as nobody says anything, hush hush.
Didn't see it, didn't happen.
Right. So I would say as we have been under green here for the last 55 laps, this has been doing really wonders on our guys out there who had some pit strategy. One's coming down as Cam Barnes, Dewey Schramm, they're working their way down into pits. And I've got to say, you know, once they've got that pit strategy underway, everything's looking good. Guys are pitting when they should be. Everything will be doing actually fantastic out there. But Stella, I want to point out one big thing I'm circling out here on my stat sheet. Eric Sable had a 16-second pit stop time. That is awful, as Andrew Hennessy had a 14.5 pit stop time. That's going to drop Sable outside of the top 10 and putting him in 12th.
Oh my heavens.
So right now everybody in front of him almost is pit. Austin Spencer came in on lap 32. So he's still going to have to come in. Steven Merzlak, he is working his way out of pits now. I believe he may be dialing it out. So we may see Sable re-enter back into the top 10 here with our guys pitting. But this is horrible, seeing that he was up there leading the race and now is filed all the way here toward the back. So also it kind of makes you weigh your options. As Sable pit on 56, Hennessy came in on 58, so 2 laps later. Second and a half faster in the box. Hennessy maintains his spot. Eric Sable loses over 10.
Yeah, I guess that's choices, and what in the world could he have been doing for the extra second and a half?
Missed the box.
Oh.
Yep. Davey Hazard getting back up to 5th position. We've seen him tumbling around up there for a couple of times. So we'll see. Right now I see Venn out there saying battle for the lead. It's going to be interesting. It will be. Right now Kaczynski is out in front by a quarter of a second. I'm sure Hennessy will take a moment here to kind of spot him out here. And see
he's
if he
reeling him in.
Yeah, well, those 3-lap fresher tires you wouldn't think would be much. But as soon as Hennessy got into that draft, around it goes. So battle for the lead, will it be long? Don't think so. Right now Hennessy does have a full clear and now is stretched out by over a truck length here. Out in front, Steven Merzlak nailing down the fastest time here tonight with a 30.71 out there on the track, and I think we've got a caution.
Oh, we sure do.
Yep, Austin Spencer in this one. I'm already seeing him heading down pit in the right direction. So we'll see what causes this.
You say that with a question.
Well, the only way this would happen is if we spin out on the... Oh, wow.
Okay. That's one way.
Yeah, well...
But why a caution?
We came almost to a stop on the racetrack.
Ah.
So if there are penalties dealt out, I'm sure we'll see one on the 13 machine. As that is hateful there. How that's going to go. Sable now 9th. Noah Joyce is 7th. We're going to get these guys lining back up. Now, Stella, any odd ideas out there, as I would accept? Yeah, here we go. Well, they went ahead and did it for me. Do you come in and top off? Now fuel won't be an issue. You'll come in one last time, let's say lap 80 or 90, and be able to fuel and go.
Okay, now you would fuel and go at 80 and 90? You wouldn't tires?
I would fuel and go here and then throw on tires later. Right now, this is going to be a pit strategy move here. I would not expect anybody to really be throwing on tires with so few left.
You would not, but I'm seeing a lot of 14 and 15-second pit stops here.
Yeah, I know. Spidey senses tell me we may have our tire count off here.
Because Truck Series info, tire sets 3. Negative. If they changed it at the setup, different than what they put on at 1 o'clock this afternoon, that I can't help.
All right. Looks like lap vehicles working their way down pit now. Jay's been spending an extensive amount of time down in the pits. 4 minutes and 25 seconds for his last time. Zach Krastowski almost the same. He had a 5-minute pit stop time the time before this.
Yeah, he right now, has the most pit stop visits with 5 this evening.
Yep.
Most everybody's in the 3 and 4s.
I would say anybody who's down here for an extended amount of time, maybe just trying to pull a couple of the fenders off the tires out there.
Yeah.
After the last pit stop times, that's going to put Eric Sable up to 9th. Merzlach now 11th.
And Luke Smith has taken the chance of being 10 laps down on his tires when everybody else, it appears, except for maybe Mr. Doe. Huang Do did not. He took fuel only, but everybody else took 4 tires again.
Yeah. These guys may be thinking of another caution maybe 15, 20 laps from now, and then everybody will be laughing at the rest of the field as they smoke past them.
Cam Barnes might have done just right sides. He had a 10-second pit stop. All right, well, we've got some strategery going on this evening. We should be getting lined up here. Pace car lights are off.
Yep. We'll hopefully see these guys do battle once again. Still down in the pits is Patrick Thompson. He's having an awful night here tonight. Hopefully he will be able to boomerang back next week and try to put down some better times than he has tonight. I just don't think he's had much luck.
No, he was involved in that one on the very first lap. And,
Over him and Jay got
yes.
nailed. Yep. I believe that is Krastowski actually hauling back to the line to get back and see these guys.
All right.
Back underway here momentarily. Wait for the pace truck to go ahead and get off the racing surface here. Luke Smith, Andrew Hennessy. I would say Hennessy's going to use this to his best opportunity here. The best of his ability. Let's go ahead and get this one back under green. Brad's Internet 150 gets back underway.
Nice jump by Luke Smith. Got a decent start out there.
Yep, restart will be held by Luke Smith and the Geico restart zone. Away they go. So that's going to give Justin Krasinski a chance. Krasinski's got the lead. So we are 3 wide here for that second position. Davey Hazard finally getting up in a podium position. Drops back down to 3rd as Hennessy shoots around the outside.
Wow, nothing like 3 lead changes in 1 lap.
Yeah, no kidding. That does move Davey Hazard down to 3rd. Eric Sable coming from 9th to now 4th. Yep, he's starting to tail Davey Hazard now. Might try to work with him here to move him up to the front. Nope. Goes ahead and marches him out. Sable full sending it here to the inside. I think he's got a good feeling that Andrew Hennessy is going to try to pull away with this one. Krasinski trying to hold on to 2nd. Eric Sable's Ford breaks up the 3 Toyota Mafia there in the top 5. And looks like they're going to rejoin each other. Sable up to 2nd.
Wow. That was one heck of a a climb.
Oh, Sable. Look at this. Right now, Eric Sable is knocking down some of his fastest times tonight, 15:27 through turn 1 and 2. Around he goes and now puts Hennessy into the rear view mirror. And now with a 15:34, 30.61. Fastest time out there all night tonight by Eric Sable. He's looking to turn his numbers blue to match the side of his truck up in the tower.
Yeah, the somebody's loving his brush tires for sure.
Yeah, 100% now. He may be punishing them early here into this stint, though. Would be concerned if they're going to be able to hold it. Right now, holding up top on the racing surface is Darren Ingram. Not allow our guys to march back down to the bottom as Justin Krasinski. Caution.
We're under caution again.
Zach Krastowski. We saw him rolling down there on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yes.
Earlier. And we bring out a caution. So, Stella, remember our guys who did not pit. Right now, a driver like Luke Smith might be laughing this one off. As this might be the time he's going to come down into pit. Let these guys cook these tires just a hair. And now he's going to go out there and try to attack. He'll have enough fuel to make it for sure.
Yeah, but he also, he was in the lead having that, without pitting. But without pitting has cost him, 10 places. He's sitting down in the 10th position.
What
man,
world
oh
happens
man.
to Krastowski here? Looks like he gets loose, sideways. Ow. Yep, I think that's going to be Krastowski towing there. I think he might be our first driver to take it back to the garage. As drivers are coming back down pit. Andrew Hennessy stays out.
In. But so do Garrett Sidnor, Huang Do, and John Peterson have decided to stay out also. Interesting.
Well, Stella?
Did I just see? Ooh, I did. I sure hope he didn't forget to uncheck tires. Wow. Several of them have chosen to take tires again. Mm-hmm.
All right, drivers are going to have to start double stacking here pretty soon. So the front clutch of cars are getting ready to change it up here. Waiting to see if anybody else decides to come on down.
There's two takers.
Well, that was Doe and Peterson.
Yes. I am impressed, though. Zach Krastowski and Jay Tway are back out on the track. And Zach it only took 37 seconds after that crash. That's all the time he was in the pits before he's back out, or before he
Negative,
took it to the
Mr.
garage.
Krastowski is taking it to the garage.
Okay.
All right, fuel and go for Sidnor. Same for Doe. Doe, Bordeaux, and Peterson all took just fuel.
Okay. But Eric Sable goes from 1st to 14th now, with only, what do we got, 25 laps to go?
Yep. Well, Sable ended up taking 4 tires there.
Yes.
Some guys had either fuel and go or only one side. So it looks like he's going to be slicing through the field once again.
That's either confidence or I don't know. That to start out that far back with just this little bit to go, it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
As Ven says out there in the chat.
Hopefully we'll be able to see how this plays out. Stella, I am checking. It has changed the amount of tires.
Okay.
I'm showing 5.
Oh, good
So it says
grief.
5 sets of tires down in the pit.
I wondered if it would show it up on somewhere on iRacing. I'm just looking
Yes.
at 12:40 p.m. Okay. Well, that answers a lot.
Well, that takes the tire strategy and kind of throws it out the window, so...
It does.
So Eric Sable may have actually put his final set of tires on, for real.
Okay.
Back under green, here we go. 23 laps left to go. Right now, rounding out our top 5 is going to be Hennessy, Hazard, Krasinski, Ingram, and Viken. Seeing if how this goes on. As we keep going here, I'm waiting to see if Ingram... Yes, Ingram does make the clear. Krasinski is sitting 4th. 5-second to 6-second pit stops for everybody 6th through 9th. Eric Sable, who took 4 tires, he's going to be on it with a tear. Look at how everybody's mixing it up behind him, but he is continuing to gain speed.
Wow, that cluster of 5 right behind him made my hair stand up,
Yep.
I'll tell you. Oh, Napa's taking another white stripe out of the 06.
Yep, Michael Marotta. Kind of smashing around there just a little bit. Looks like Marotta may have been getting into the side out there. The 06 is one to go. Let's take a look here where William Page is. Page is in some trouble. Stella, we get guys going 2-3 wide here for just a moment. And then everybody backs off just a hair. So I gotta say, as everything calms down, stay tight out there. Speaking of staying tight, Davey Hazard getting close to Hennessy. As we float through our field just a bit. Taking a look at a couple of our guys. There's Sable down at the bottom.
Yeah, watch Sable, Cam Barnes, and Noah Joyce. Right in, line there.
Yeah, well, as Eric Sable, he got pinched down into the paint. So he's not going to be happy about that. He's going to sit right in behind the 7. Try to get the wind up here. Gets a little help from the 42. And block again by Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes saw him coming. He's been watching the reels.
Yep, 28 fades up the track. That is Austin Hakes. And that is Luke Smith coming from behind. 4 tires and fuel for him. Back on lap 74, so he made the same choice that Eric Sable did. He's just trying to kind of duplicate the driving.
Yeah, you got to admit, being up in 8th already is good, but 19 laps to go. He may just,
Yep.
just took him out. Oh, wow. He held it. He's got pieces.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
You know exactly what that was.
Yeah, I do. Oh. He had held it. He had pieces flying off, and he was back underway when, yeah. Wow. All right. Here's my question. He was back underway, moving forward when the caution came out. Then he made subsequent contact. will he retain his 8th place position because the caution flag had already come out and that's where they freeze you?
Unknown at this point.
Okay. So let's take a look and see what started that. Who was it that was involved?
Yeah, I was looking to see if the retaliation continues here.
Oh,
Not a fan of what we just saw there.
no. Neither is Zachary Corbin out there in the chat. Oh, not again.
All right. See what gets him sideways here. Here's Sable.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
So that was Cam Barnes. Okay.
Well, my thing is watch how Cam Barnes moves here. Watch the nudge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm trying to figure out if it was a forceful slide here because, you know, was this started by Cam? Cam has been blocking for a good amount of time. Sable's been trying to get around him here. I think right here, this is the part that bothers me. Watch when he whips and turns right there, and it's an aggressive turn.
He wasn't compensating for the whipping of the back end of the truck or anything like
Not
that?
from what I'm seeing. Not at that
Alright.
angle. Let's take a look. Watch how it moves. Watch the little slide. We're straight. Turn.
Gag. Yeah.
See if I can try one more time here.
So righteous
So I like
block.
to stay on Cam. Now you can see the top of its wheel.
Yes.
Mm.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Watch when we're sliding.
Okay.
We're
He's
correcting.
turning right. That's correcting. He's
Truck is straight. Watch
Yes.
the wheel.
Oh, just the tiniest bit.
I was wondering if we saw for the pass. Yeah, and right now this is...
Yep. This is just coverage.
Yep,
It will
I'm
be
just
up
trying to make sure we're not... I'm not picking anybody's
control.
sides here. We're just trying to...
Yep.
I try to show you guys what race control will be looking at. The first thing you're going to do is go back, see who started the wreck, how the wreck started. Was it an accident or was it was it intentional? And then what happens after the wreck? And right now, I think, you know, I'm to be impartial, but I don't know. It looks like it may have been both their fault at that one. I don't know 100% if Cam Barnes had overcorrected. It looked like the truck was straight. We were good. I don't know if he was rotating up the track a little bit, maybe trying to get out of the way of the guy behind him. But it was well placed where the contact was made between those two. So hopefully they are able to finish that up as they will be starting side by side here at the restart.
Oh, in 19th and 20th place.
Yep, which is rather unfortunate here. Let's go ahead and get this one back underway. Scott Fleener and Kendorian Davis will be up toward the front as Davis slides up to the front. Andrew Hennessy is 5th. He came down and pit and put 4 tires on. I expect to see Hennessy shoot back to the front.
Yeah, this will be interesting because with neither one of them in the lead, 14 to go, we might have a... No, maybe not. was gonna say we might have a first-time winner this
Sid
season.
Norris backwards.
He is.
We ended up almost 3 wide for a good bit of time there. Take a look. Oh, yeah, just bunched up. Bunched up, and I
Ouch.
think that was... Thought that was Hakes into him.
Mhm.
28.
Yeah.
Yep, 28 to
Yep,
the
Hakes.
outside. And Merzlak here. He gets
Oh.
away. 91 clips him.
28 just checks up. That wasn't. Oh man.
All right.
Yeah,
Not bad by Hakes there. It looked like he actually used the reflective piece on the outside of the door before he came down into the field.
Okay.
Some people don't use that mirror. It looks
Ah.
like Hakes did. All right, Hakes, Doe, Barnes, and Sidnor. Down into the pits.
Yeah, for Hakes and Sidnor, this is not good. Being that Sidnor is in third, Hakes is in fifth in the playoffs. This could shuffle up some stuff if they finish this far down in the field.
Yeah, that it would be. Would like to note that at least 4 drivers are not currently in the chase, sitting in the top 10.
That they are. That'd be Mr. Fleener, Krzyzewski, Page, and Hazard.
Boy, tough race here, Stella.
It
This-
is. It's getting a little bit brutal here at the end.
Yep.
But we've had what, 5 cautions in 88 laps?
Yeah, would like to see this one go green to the end. I think we got a lot more guys with some speed out there. I think drivers like Steven Merzlak, who came in, got 4 tires back on lap 83. He's got something to prove.
Well, he'd
Merzlak
want a
could
back-to-back
Go ahead.
win from last season.
Yep. Yeah, he would like to continue that roll. Unfortunately, Merzlak is currently sitting 13th.
But Darren Ingram won the season before, and he's sitting in first.
Right.
So
He's
he
got-
knows how to win at this track.
Yeah, very used to being in winner circle here. We should be underway here in a lap or so. And I think a couple of guys are out there fixing the last bit of their damage. We saw him, Bordeaux, looks like getting back onto the lead lap.
All right.
So currently sitting 21st. And pitting, I believe, 4 tires and fuel on lap 89. So right now this is huge for Hen Bordeaux to be able to fight up to the front. Maybe a couple of those drivers who pit back on lap 74 might be marching to the back.
Yeah, 74 would be Scott Fleener and Kendorian Davis, Tristan Acevedo. Yeah, John Peterson even. So those guys definitely are behind the 8 ball
Yes.
on tire wear.
Yeah, big time. Big time. So, USORL League getting ready to complete their race here at Chicagoland for the Brad's Internet 150. 10 laps left to go, 9 at the line. When we cross it, back under green. We've got a lot of tire strategies out here. Some about 10 laps fresher than others. Only driver to retire here during the race, as soon as I say that. 2 drivers exiting the race would be Zach Krastowski and Patrick Thompson. believe we've only got 4 drivers laps down here. Peterson, Spencer, and Sidnor. Sidnor down 2, Jay down 20. Having a heck of a time here tonight, but Darren Ingram, here we go, back underway. Under green, let's get her going. Notice how we aren't getting 3 wide just yet, but I'm expecting it.
Yeah.
There's a driver I know who's not afraid of sending it 3 wide. It'll be Eric Sable toward the back.
Oh.
He's already sitting 16th, and we've got guys shutting the door.
Yeah, the yellow in 5th. 51.
Beacon? Yep.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, check out Davey Hazard sending it up the gut here. He's going to slice to the inside. Decides not to. You got to be careful because the amount of net code that we're seeing starting to kick in here. These guys got to be careful how close they actually are. 31 machine now. Noah Joyce sending it up the gut. Hennessy has the lead from Ingram, and away he goes. But just barely, only by half a truck length, 8 to go. Merzlak now starting to knock down some solid times up to 12th. So some of your big names starting to shoot away. And notice, Stella, we have got guys separating from the field over by a quarter of a second as Ingram and Hennessy do battle. The 54 and the 94 going at it. Hennessy looking to go back-to-back wins here so far during these playoffs.
Wow, they close.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that cut from the outside to the inside.
Yep. I would say that's a move there by Hennessy to go ahead and cut him off and not allow him to rotate up the track to get a good turn in. Good battling move here. I believe that one may have gone to Ingram. 6 to go. Side-by-side door rubbing. Love to see it here. Right now, Chicagoland bringing a lot of excitement here, especially in the final laps. Hennessy and Ingram trying to pull away, and they are separating from the field by almost half a second. This is huge right now. If Ingram can keep this one under green, he may have it. But that one goes to Hennessy. Krasinski finally moving back up to 3rd. Fleener is dropping down to 4th. Davey Hazard has fought his way back up to 5th. And Hennessy getting a good turn exit. Does he clear him? No, does not clear him. Still trying as he might, though. Turn exit speed will go here to Hennessy. Outside line, does he decide to hang in there? Yes. Now, Stella, notice how these guys are not doing it. Oh, there's some contact. Hennessy wanted to come down, but Ingram let him know he was there. Both these guys side by side as the Mobile One machine of Darren Ingram looking to get a win here. Hennessy is the only Chevrolet here in the top 6. All Toyotas from there on. Oh.
Oh, man.
Well, I think Hennessy wanted to come down and cut the track, but Ingram's keeping him up toward the top. Little nudge again. Trade and paint these two. As they head on the exit of turn number 2, 3 to go. I'm wondering if we got some pileup back here. We do.
Oh, we do.
14 machine losing pieces.
Man, Brandon Newby. Oh, dear.
Yeah, Newby's involved. I believe Sidnor is involved.
Again.
Merzlak. Whoa.
What's left of
Look
him.
at the damage on the 9. Now, Stella, I believe that is not going to, that is going to end the streak here of Steven Merzlak at this track.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we are going to try to keep our eye on Sidnor out there as this caution comes out.
We'll see where it started and where it ends.
Yep. Well, I don't know if he's the driver I'm looking for. I think we need to be 3 wide. Yep, there we go.
Right
oh,
there.
dog.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That was, oh, and then you go and you bump the back.
Yep. So how did Merzlike get involved?
Wow, look at him. Oh, we have
Man,
some
what is this?
real bad news tonight. Ooh.
All right, guys, if tell me how you feel about the race out there in the chat. I'm sure you, our admins, will go back and watch this. And we're going to try to take another look at this.
I have to agree with Vin. Wrecking for 20th place
Well, here's
was
the
ruining what
squeeze.
was going to be a great finish.
Well, Stella, we're battling for position here. I can't really blame anybody right now. I mean, look how we're 3 wide. I mean, we are sending it into the turn. These guys are racing as hard as they can. I'm okay with it. You know, everything
Yeah.
happening right here. Things happen. The whip right there, that's iRacing's finest. Oof.
What do we have? Target fixation with the 48?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. That may have been exactly what happened. I'm going to see if I can get an inside look here with the 48.
Yeah. No, I don't think there
Well,
was
but you
any
also see
avoidance.
what he was doing there. It look, he was kind of rolling back down the track.
Yeah. I don't think there was any way to avoid that.
No. No, but this is...
Oh, that was, yeah. Avoidable. Without a doubt.
I guess the number 9 had some pent-up frustration, seeing that he needed a solid finish tonight for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Currently, he is sitting 7th in the playoffs, but looks like he will
7th.
be settling a 20th place finish here.
Yeah.
As the 48 seem to get into him there, and he'll be our 3rd driver to retire. 23rd if Sidnor can keep going.
I was going to say, yeah, Garrett's still moving.
Well, I think the heartbreaking part here for Sidnor is being multiple laps down here. And absolutely having a dismal race, especially being our third
Yes.
place playoff driver.
Yes.
And yeah, I agree. I think it was going to be a heck of a finish. I think Ingram and Hennessy were going to really go at it. It looked like Ingram had finally lost the position. I mean, that sounds wrong. Not finally lost. Had given up the position to maybe try to re-attack and go back for it. And this is just an absolute heartbreaker here right at the end.
Well, I'm watching now Justin Krzyzewski. He is warming up those tires. He is sitting in 3rd, and I think he's hoping to be the spoiler between the two of these front runners.
I would hope the Sidnor gets back out there. He could pick up one more position, at least up to 23rd, to get him instead of a 24th place finish. But we are back under green. And away we go. Hennessy's going to have the lead. Krasinski's going to follow 2nd. Ingram is now 3rd. White flag next time by as these guys continue mashing each other up here. Notice we've got guys shuffling here in the back. Dewey Schramm being one of them. And Bordeaux up toward the wall. Scott Fleener falling back. Fleener up toward the wall. He's ending up in some trouble. Here we go. To the line is going to be Hennessy out front. Hennessy lining himself up for a back-to-back run here.
White flag is out.
As the white flag is out, so what happens, happens. We are 3 wide here as we see Hennessy running away with this one by a 1/4 of a second. Let's check in on William Page in the 42, the 62 to the inside, 91 checking back in, 42 on the
Oh,
wall. Trying to hang in there right now, moving up to the line. And Andrew Hennessy coming to the win. Krasinski second, Ingram is third.
wow.
Wow, excellent job out there. For our guys who were in the top 5. Noah Joyce would like to give a special shout out to the 31 Chevrolet. 18 positions gained on the night for a 4th place finish. And right now, Stella, the way this is looking, Noah Joyce is outside of the chase.
Yeah.
He is in threat. He's in immediate danger and had a
Yes.
4th place finish. I mean, fantastic, especially starting outside the top 20.
Yes. Yeah. Now his big competitors, the other 4 would be Kendorian Davis, Blake Veek, and Mike Marotta. And of those fellas, they are all behind him.
Yep, Marotta
So
sitting
he may
9th.
pick up a
So,
couple.
yep, right now with Merzlak finishing down in 20th.
And Veekan is 7th.
Yeah. He's not going to gain much on Beacon, but Merzlak is going to be in trouble. All righty. Well, we wait for Hennessy to get in the winner's circle as he heads down victory lane. Hold on, guys. We'll try to run these guys down, and we'll have a conversation, talk about what happened during this race. All righty, everybody catching up with our 3rd place finisher, Darren Ingram. What a race, man. Definitely a great job. You've been here in the top 5 most of the night. Talk to me about Chicagoland here.
Yeah, I had fun tonight. We had some pretty decent speed. Finally had a decent qualifying effort for once, which was rare for me. Just got to really hang out in the top 5. I felt like the kind of the top 3 were too fast for me, and I was kind of faster than those behind me. I thought me and Luke were gonna battle it out for 4th there if it had stayed green, but um, then the kind of the cautions fell my way, and I thought I had a chance for a little bit. Gave it all I had, but I can't be too upset with the 3rd.
All right, well, we're going to reach in and rip your heart out, though. That last caution back on lap 98, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I wish it hadn't come out, obviously, because I think I would have been second at the worst. But yeah, I mean, I I was trying to, I was racing Andrew as hard as I could while, still trying to be respectful. Don't want to just, flat out dump somebody, try to win. So we were leaning on each other, and I thought, I messed up. I lifted a little too much on the entry to that corner, tried to settle the nose, and that's what gave him that little bit of a run. And then of course the yellow came out at just the absolute worst time. I think I would have had, I think I would have been able to, launch another attack. But, obviously hindsight's 2020. I could have, taken the top instead of the bottom when he got to me. any number of things. So we'll take it, we'll learn from it, and hopefully be better next time.
All right. Well, this will definitely help for your playoff chances. Confidence level heading into next week with a finish like this.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling real good. I think we were already a couple of points above the cut line, and we should be sitting pretty going into Dega. y- I am. I love plate track racing. I won't be taking it easy. Won't be riding around at the back. I'll be definitely trying to be in the mix and try to fight for that win. Um, but and let the cars fall where they may with the points. But I love Daytona and Talladega. So we're gonna go up there and try to bring home a trophy.
Yep, definitely a very technical track. It's not just line up and draft behind somebody, but you almost have to time it and then time it for yourself when it brings out the most drivers out there. Shout out time.
Yep. First off, shout out to you guys putting on a great broadcast. Shout out to all my teammates, Noah, Antonio, Davey, Osty, the whole crew, Mikey, Joey. And yeah, just go out there and try to have some fun next week. Bring back home a trophy for Talladega, one of the best places on earth.
All righty, Darren. Appreciate you, buddy. Hang out after the broadcast, man. I want to catch up with you guys.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
Thanks, Darren. All right, third place finisher of Darren Ingram. And Stella, I believe you were catching up with Justin out there. Go ahead and see how his race went.
Well, Justin, look at you. Second place. Feels good.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the races of all time, but you have those.
Yeah, well, this was a good time to do it. You're kind of the upset person tonight, are you not?
Yeah, it was good to be back in the Truck Series. I think this is the first start since I won back in the Xfinity car at Watkins a couple weeks ago, so it was good to be back. A lot of fun. We were definitely third place tonight. Eric and Andrew were lights out as they've been pretty much every week, and I had a lot of fun. I was just content to kind of run third, right up at the front, and just kind of hopefully finish where we deserve to for a change in this Truck Series. But it wasn't looking so good there. Those late race yellows really kind of threw a wrench in things. But luckily, the best restart of the night I had was the last one, and I guess we'll take a second, and we deserve to finish second or third, and we deserve to finish behind the 94 anyway, so we'll take that every time.
Well, as they say, it's the last, start and the last finish that makes the difference. But yeah, I actually called. I saw you warming up those tires real good right before that last restart, and I said, he's waiting for his spot, and he's going to be the spoiler. So you did a very nice job there. So how do you feel about headed into Talladega? Is that a yay or a nay for you?
You never know. I mean, you guys both know that it's kind of a crapshoot, and anything
Oh,
can really
yeah.
happen. And I've been on the sim for just over 11 years now, and I have yet to win a plate race in my entire career. So it's definitely
Oh.
not my best form of racing, but we'll keep showing up, try to help some teammates if we can. They're chasing points, and hopefully have some fun. It's always crazy, but it's definitely not my preferred form of racing. So we'll see.
Okay, okay. Well, I like it along with everybody else to watch both the shorts and the longs. It's quite enjoyable. But you got some shout outs for us tonight?
Yeah, as always, thanks to all the USORL admins. Most of the drivers are really, really good, and that's a testament to the series they've put together. All the admins put in a lot of work to make this happen. So big thanks to them. Big thanks to you and Patrick for putting this all together and showcasing the talent we have in this league. And even on the nights when it gets a little bit messy like this, I hope it's a good watch and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. So thank you guys for that. Thanks to all my Dragon teammates, especially Sean. He painted a gorgeous above the yellow line truck tonight, and really proud to represent and get a finish we deserve for a change in the Truck Series. And hopefully we can carry this on the momentum. And then lastly, thank you to Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for keeping me alive.
Right on. So,
Sweet.
how'd I do, Patrick?
Pretty well, pretty well. I just want him to elaborate a little bit above the yellow line. Talk to me a little bit about this sponsor here.
Yeah, actually, that would be a Sean question. I don't know too much about it, but it is a friend of his. I forget exactly. He told me once what they do, but it's some kind of motivational charity type thing. But make sure you go check them out above the yellow line. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll come to the right place. But it's a cause that's near and dear to Sean's heart, and that's good enough for me. So proud we could represent them.
Excellent,
Rock on.
Justin. Congratulations on your finish, and we'll see you at Dega.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, Krasinski. All right, I'll get that We'll try it 100 times. All right, let's try to grab a hold of our back-to-back winner here. We move on to Andrew Hennessy. Andrew, what a race, bud.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, well, a good time. Do you mean a good time as a guy under fire almost all race?
Yeah, this track is a lot of fun. This is the first race I've done here, and it was just like crazy chaotic. I felt like I was battling someone the entire race.
Okay, so tell me, I got what kind of something bugging me in the back of my mind. You were out front and you were leading. You were doing a fantastic job. You had the lead. You were battling up front with a couple of other drivers. Krzyzewski had been up there. Ingram had been up there. How in the world are you leading the race and a driver like Eric Sable is passing guys, 2 drivers at a time, trying to reel you in? And how is he doing that? I mean, were we tire saving out there? Were we saving fuel, assuming it was going to go green? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how the 2 of you guys start side by side during a race, and he is able to pick up almost half a second a lap to try to run you down.
I don't know. Like that. When is this? Like on that restart that he like flew by everybody, basically.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he was
I
sending
don't know
it
how he
pretty
did that,
wide
honestly.
and slicing through. And then it was 2 more drivers, and you're still up there banging around with a couple of guys in the front. And I'm going, man, what in the world? If he catches you, it's going to look like he's going to leave you by 12 car lengths. But by the time it happens, and the 2 of you guys finally meet, we're door to door.
I honestly don't know how he did that because I saw that he was restarting like 8th. I had to watch it again because it was probably nuts.
Yeah,
I see him behind me with a massive run after I hit the wall, and I'm like, how is he behind me?
You're right.
Right.
He was slicing through the field. I wasn't sure if you were holding back for some of this race to see if you could, save your truck for a little more longevity rather than maybe doing a short run, if that was any sort of the plan tonight.
I mean, yeah, when I got into the lead, I tried saving my tires because it was different when you're in the lead compared to like in traffic because you had to lift a lot more in traffic because dirty air. And in the lead, you could take one and 2 full throttle, but if you do that, you're gonna waste the right front, waste the right rear. So I think that was one of the first times I was restarting the lead and I didn't know what exactly I was doing. And also I hit the wall a little bit, which that helped him a little bit more get like fly by me. So I don't know how he did that. That's probably crazy what he did.
Yeah, that's right. Have no fear. I caught you hitting the wall live time. Have no fear. I got it. So is this win any different or any more special than any other ones that you put away in the bag?
Yeah, it's more fun because like especially running side by side with Darren at the end, which was fun. I thought he was gonna have me. There was a few times where like I almost hit the wall with him too, or like there was one time he blinked and like he was inside of me. At one point, I'm like, "Oh, this is not gonna end well." But I luckily I pulled ahead right when the caution came out, which I think basically secured it because it was so hard trying to pass with just like 2 laps. You really need a few laps to get side by side with somebody to pass them.
Right.
But battling Eric, Justin, and Darren was a lot of fun throughout the whole race. Like, I wish it went green, though. I think it would have been a lot less stressful, but it made it a lot more fun at the end.
All right. Well, we head to Daga next week. It's a crapshoot for anybody. But do you think you can get the sweep here in the beginning of the playoffs?
Nope, I'm going to end up on my roof.
Oh, what?
Well...
Play tracks for me is either I'm going to finish top 3 or I won't finish probably. There's a good chance I won't finish.
Okay, so it's either hot or cold. There is no middle.
Yeah, I don't remember a time I finished 10th in Daga. It's like 20th or I'm 2nd or 1st or 3rd.
Wow. All right, well.
So it should be fun.
Safe place is top 5, but definitely want to avoid the big one. And everybody comes out of the woodwork to rejoin for a plate race. Guys who have you've never worked with or have worked with or anything like that, but we will definitely see how the rest of this field is going to handle at Daga. They did pretty well here tonight at Chicagoland. Go and give me your shout-outs, and let's get you guys ready for the Talladega and the Alabama Mile.
Yeah, shout out to all the admins for putting on this league. Shout out to Darren at the end. I thought he was going to have me, and Justin and Eric racing those guys were a lot of fun like usual. You guys for doing the broadcast, and Ricky for doing this blue version of my paint scheme.
Cool. I know, I like it. As we're taking a look at you kind of slow-mo here. Andrew Hennessy, congratulations on yet another win from that 94 Chevrolet, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Stella, what a race here, especially toward the end. We got a few questionable areas here during this race, but still an excellent job by Andrew Hennessy being able to pull out the win. I would say even out there in the chat, I would have enjoyed as well this one being green all the way to the end. I think Ingram might have, I think he had a half a step ahead. It was just a little bit there right toward the end, and it might have been a heck of a shootout. But Stella, anything kind of in the back of your mind you want to bring up or talk about Talladega a little bit?
I was going to say, personally, I'm waiting to see, like you say, all the people coming out of the woodwork. We usually get more viewers for Talladegas and Daytonas, so we usually get a lot more drivers. And let's see, it might shake things up a bit.
All right, well, guys out there in the chat, if you're still hanging out with us, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. That way you can chat with us and tell your friends about us, as well as we got a doozy of a race next week. I am praying it's not going to be caution all the time. I assure you, when these guys get up around 160, 180 miles an hour in these trucks, it is a lot more fun and a lot dicier, and a lot more questionable calls will be made. But that's it for Simtrax broadcasting here, bringing you the USORL League here on Wednesday. Be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see all you guys next time.